In this episode of Car Lube, we have this heavily customised 600 BHP Toyota MR2. On the day of filming, it received a tremendous amount of positive attention, but now it's here for you to enjoy. So welcome again to another episode of Car Lube. Thank you for tuning in. Today we're joined by Simon.
Hello.
And his 600 horsepower MR2. Simon's been kind enough to bring this along for us today, so we're going to have a little test drive in it. We're going to have a look around the car. We're going to just basically talk you around the modifications that have been done to it. So hope you enjoy. You've had this car for about 2 years,
yeah,
and you've been carrying out various modifications to it, but can you just walk us around the car, show us what you've got here? The colour of this car
is actually from a Lamborghini. It's the Lamborghini orange.
Okay, so they used to put them on the Diablos in the day?
Yeah, I presume so. Sets it apart from other MR2s.
Okay, so can you just tell me what's this body kit that you have on here?
The body kit's actually an original Val side body kit. They're quite rare now. Completely transforms the look of the car, in my opinion.
Yeah, they do, absolutely. And the indicators that you've got on there, are they standard MR2 indicators?
No, they're not. They were specially fitted to the kit, just to keep the indicators in there, really.
Okay, these ones are smoked and they're sort of better, they're not so obvious, I suppose. Okay, so just walking around the side of the car, so this is quite low. Do you have any problems with getting over speed bumps and things like that?
Yeah, basically I can't get over them. Added, I suppose, around half a foot to the actual length of the vehicle.
What are these wheels?
The Jap Racing bronzes.
Okay, what size are these?
They're 17s. They're staggered. They're 9.5 at the front and 10.5 on the rears.
Okay, moving down the side, we've got the continuation of the Vale side kit that quite nicely goes into the air intake, I can see. Brings the car slightly lower to the ground, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
Talking about the ride height, what suspension do you have on this car at the moment?
At the moment it's got Coney coilovers on it.
Oh, lovely. Okay, so presumably it could sit lower,
yeah,
but then you'd be struggling with the front end.
Yeah. If I brought it down any lower with how the front end is, it'd just be undrivable.
The standard brakes at the moment?
Standard size, but they're all cross-drilled and vented black diamonds on there at the moment with black diamond race pads.
The car's quite light, isn't it? So
it's very light.
The brakes are adequate for what they are at the moment?
Yeah. At some point I will be putting a big brake kit on there.
These taillights are not standard taillights. Just tell me about those.
They're made by a company called Rogue, who are the top MR2 tuners in the country. They're actually called the Rogue Revision 6 rear lights. The exhaust is also a Rogue Revision 6.
Okay. And obviously we must talk about the spoiler. I don't think any Toyota ever came off the production line with a spoiler like that. That looks like to me an adjustable height, adjustable rake.
Yeah, it's a GT type spoiler, as you said, fully adjustable. I took the original spoiler off and replaced it with that.
So presumably you would have had all sorts of holes down here because of the spoiler that was on there.
They were all filled and repainted, and yeah, you can't see where they were at all now.
So we got it in the, is that the maximum attack mode? Oh, you got one more.
Yeah, there's one more that it could.
Okay, so we've got double air scoops coming down the rear C-pillar there that obviously go into a big induction system. look at the engine now. Okay, Simon, so we've got a tuned Toyota 2-litre 16-valve engine, but can you tell me a little bit more about it?
Yeah, of course I can. Everything on the engine has been uprated pretty much. It's now running a GTX 3076R Garrett Turbo. It's obviously got the custom airbox built there.
Is that a one-off?
Yeah, it's custom built by a company called Fence Sport.
And some custom aluminium piping?
Yep, that's all for the new turbo. That all had to be changed, made larger. Obviously you've got the Blitz oil caps there, which is an uprated feature. The Radtech water bottle. It's also got a water meth injection system. You can just see the piping for that there.
What does that do, Simon?
Just helps stop detonation really at high revs. The water meth.
Got cooling, like a cooling.
Yeah, it's all cooling. You've got the twin fan pack. Everything in the engine basically is designed to keep it cool because these produce a lot of heat for some reason. I don't know whether it's how compact they are within the engine bay. Yeah. But one of the main things is keeping it cool.
And you've got twin scoops here that I can see. Generally people put them on one side only, and you've got them on both sides. Reasoning behind that?
Symmetry and just future engine mods in case we had to reposition the filter to the other side of the engine, etc. Then the box can just be turned around and mounted that side.
And you can never get enough air into the engine.
Yeah, that's very true. Like I say, cooling is very important with these.
And you got what, HKS blow-off valve there?
Yes, HKS SS QV, it's the super sequential.
We've already mentioned that it's running 600 horsepower. I assume it's all been tested so that it's a safe 600 horsepower.
Yes, it is. The engine's probably good for around up to about 700 braking total. As it sits at the moment, it's only running 380. We've had a problem with the ECU getting water damage, so we've had to swap it for a Link G3 for a time being. It's limited to 1.2 bar of boost.
Okay. What normally does it run?
It's normally running at 2.2 bar.
2.2 bar, wow.
But yeah, as far as the engine, I think the only thing that's still the original bit is obviously the inlet and the actual cylinder head itself, the main block. Apart from that, everything's been changed.
Okay. So Simon, I think it's time to have a look and see what this thing can do.
Yep, yeah, sounds good to me.
Let's go. Oh yeah. Okay, so inside the interior here, Simon, we've got the leather two-tone seats. I'm presuming that they were reupholstered at some point in their life.
Yep, that's correct.
And we've got the two-tone dashboard as well. We can see we've got a Sparco steering wheel there. You've got a turbo timer on this car. Is that little thingy there?
It's the turbo timer there. It's the Blitz DTT.
And presumably you set that to whatever time you want it to stay on for when the car stops.
Yeah, it stays on for 42 seconds, which was what I was told was the correct amount of time to allow it to cool down. Obviously, he's had a new rev counter fitted. The original rev counter only goes up to 9,000 RPM. The new rev counter there goes up to 10,000.
Are you still getting boost at that sort of rev?
Yeah, the way that Fence Sport mapped it, the boost is pretty much there.
We've got a couple of boost gauges over here on the A-pillar there. Oil pressure as well.
Yep, so oil pressure gauge and the turbo boost gauge.
Great stuff. So Simon, you were telling me about some plans for the future in this car, and you were saying that perhaps you wanted to upgrade the wheels to a wider wheel, perhaps put some sort of wide arch kit on it.
Yep, that's correct. At the end of the year it's going in for a full respray. We're putting over fenders on. The front stays pretty much the same as it is, but the rear's actually going to get extended by 5 inches.
Oh wow.
Which allows me to go to 12.
Will you increase the diameter of the wheels as well?
Yeah, I'm having to have some wheels custom made to go under there, but it's going to be worth it. It'll give a hell of a lot more traction.
Lovely, lovely. And in regards to traction, do you have any real problems with getting it off the line now?
No, I've got to say I've had various other rear-wheel drive cars, M3s, Skylines, RX8s, etc. I'd say this is the best handling rear-wheel drive car I've had.
Okay guys, thank you very much for watching this video. Thank you to Simon for the lending of his car and showing us all about it. I did want to mention you had a Facebook page you wanted to say. You've got Showstoppers, is it?
Showstoppers, that's the car group.
We'll put a link up there somewhere. So everyone go and have a look at that one. There'll be lots more cars like this MR2 and lots of shows that you're organising around the area.
Yep, that's correct.
Brilliant. Well, thank you very much guys for watching. Please share, subscribe and like, and we'll see you on the next video. So let's have a look at your car. I understand you've got a new front spoiler.
Yep, carbon GTS replica.
Okay, okay.
Fits a treat.
It does look like it fits a treat actually. It looks gorgeous.
I absolutely love it.
Looks very, very low.
It is quite low. My car's 10mm lower from factory.